Welcome back to Between Two Frames. I'm Lieutenant Clark, and I'm here with Nic Longo, the Deputy Director of Aviation at the Burlington International Airport, which we like to call BTV. Nic, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So to get started, we want to talk about the relationship that the Burlington International Airport has with the Vermont Air National Guard. Can you give us some insight into where that is?
First of all, both teams, the Vermont Air National Guard and the BTV team, are just extraordinary. And the relationship that we've moved forward with over the years, and we're talking decades here, has been tremendous and really exciting. And I think it's never been better right now, and I think the future only looks even better as we grow together, both the Guards and BTV.
Awesome. So can you talk about some of the programs that exist? Because I know there's quite a bit of collaboration that's happening at multiple levels in terms of conversations. Can you talk about some of the programs that BTV is involved in with Vermont?
Sure. The way I like to describe an airport is really like running a small town. And I think speaking with a lot of your folks over at the Guard, you might say the same thing, because you really do have a small town over there that you have to manage. So do we at BTV. And there's so many different things and aspects to this town that we have to not only maintain, like construction, but plan for the future. So when we work with the Air Guard, we're constantly working with your engineers. I know you had Shannon Kelly on last time, your environmental compliance folks, your engineering department, like I said, with Major Villemere, your planning folks, and also your flight operations folks. And there is so much coordination and collaboration on just about everything we do on both sides of the airport. And that goes all the way to safety and security and of course the fire department over on your side of the airport.
Can we talk a little bit about what the Vermont Air National Guard Fire Department does for BTV?
So much. We would not be able to operate our commercial airlines without the Vermont Air National Guard Fire Department. And the reason being, they are the sole aircraft rescue firefighting services here at BTV. So without Air National Guard, our commercial flights, all of our airlines would not be able to come in as part of our Federal Aviation Administration regulations. So it is crucial that that fire department is there operating, and with the amazing crew and the chief that's over there managing the whole scenario. The mutual aid benefits that your fire department contributes to the region is just massive, and really we are all really fortunate to have you and the fire department there serving the region.
Okay. Now that the F-16s are gone, and I know we had a big collaboration using the Valley West ramp and things of that, what's the next few months look like before we receive the F-35s?
So that's right. The F-16s were stationed over on a little piece of our property. So the next few months entails working with your planning, your flight operations, and your engineering department on a few construction projects that we have going on out on our runway, a few construction projects that we have on our Valley West apron. So a lot of smaller projects that we're cleaning up for the next step, or the future of your arrival of the new aircraft.
So in terms of a civilian airport with a military installation, which we see in a lot of Air National Guard bases, unlike active duty where they own their own runways, can you talk about the relationship of having military aircraft fly out of a civilian airport?
Sure. So one of the major things that we continue to work with, along with all of those other programs that we just mentioned and talked about, is what's called an airport joint use agreement. Right now we're working through that, through some contractual and really the paperwork behind this document. And looking back at the history of both of us, both entities, the Air Guard and BTV, we really wouldn't be the airport that we are today without the presence and without the financial contribution that the Air National Guard has made towards the airport. And I say that because our runway is a certain length because of the Air National Guard, because of the aircraft that were flying here decades and decades ago. We were able to extend our runway, not because of the financial ability of the Federal Aviation Administration, but because the Air National Guard contributions and funding towards extending that runway. Without that extension of the runway, our airlines wouldn't be here. And that just goes full circle into the firefighting services that you provide and the complete relationship that we have with Air National Guard across the board. It's so vital to me to talk about, and so exciting for me to talk about the relationship that we have with you all.
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing what BTV 2020 is going to be all about.
Yeah.
And it's a big year for us, especially getting the transition from the F-16,
Absolutely.
which we just said farewell to in April, and I know we had a part of that here at the airport, but also as we bring the incoming jets. And what do you see for the future with the F-35 arriving here in terms of that relationship?
Sure. You know, the best word that I keep hearing over and over again with the departure of the F-16 is bittersweet, right? I mean, that aircraft came in, I want to say 1986. That was a long time ago. I won't tell you my age, but that was pretty close to my age. And it was such a bittersweet moment, and that's the word that I keep hearing over and over again. And we're so honored to be a part of that, even just waving to those final 4 aircraft during the Viper Out ceremony. It was such an emotional ceremony for us too on the civilian side. And the F-35's coming is to me the strength of our relationship. You've seen many aircraft come and go out of the Air National Guard, and this is no different to me, except this is the future. This is the 5th generation fighter. Let's call this the 5th generation relationship, because it's really good right now, and it's only going to get better into the future.
All right, well, thank you again, Nick. That's it for Between Two Frames. We really appreciate the airport letting us come over here and set up. We'll see you next time.